State troopers in Tacoma, Washington urgently respond through heavy traffic to a massive car crash on the highway. There's a vehicle on fire and a person trapped inside. We see this trooper pass an ambulance stuck in traffic en route to the scene. It's highly likely they have the same destination.
323 Tacoma scene.
323 on scene, 718.
Hold on. Once the tow gets here, we're probably going to need to shut the whole road down. The vehicle's parallel, or correction, perpendicular to the road.
Luckily, a good Samaritan named Joe saw the burning vehicle and was able to pull out the person inside.
One of those people helping was Joe, who can be seen in this picture. Washington State Patrol said the driver was the only one inside the car. Joe tells us when he noticed there wasn't anyone helping, he wanted to make sure that the person inside the car was okay.
What's that?
Spinal injuries. Yep.
Slide him. Sounds good to me. I'll grab it real quick.
After discovering that the patient is suffering from spinal injuries, the troopers discuss getting a blanket to both support the patient's back and also to use for dragging him further away from the burning car to a safer area.
I'm gonna get this coin thing. What's that?
I think we're gonna leave him here for now.
Yeah, he's concerned about C-spine. We can just get him covered a little bit. I don't see. There's no sign.
Even though it's dangerous to still be this close to the burning car, Joe, who is still present and actively helping, is concerned about the patient's C-spine. The C-spine is vital in head position, head movement, spinal cord protection, and blood supply to the brain. Moving the patient could prove to damage his C-spine, essentially making the choice for them that they need to refrain from currently moving him further from the burning car.
But you just happened upon it, right?
Yeah, I just happened on it.
Okay. It's just one car?
Just the one car. I thought there was cars everywhere when I got here.
Yeah, because I said it's 3 car. I get it.
I don't want to take 4 lanes because this thing
burning hot too. Yeah, I'll take lane 3.
Just so you know, the guy's name was Kenny.
Okay.
Talking to him, he was admitting fault at the time.
Okay.
He said he was he was behind a Charger.
This person just explained what happened that caused the crash, which he heard from the patient himself. The patient, we now can identify as Kenny, was cut off by a Dodge Charger. This caused Kenny to quickly move out of the way and unfortunately run into a traffic attenuator, also known as a crash cushion. Crash cushions are specifically designed to absorb the energy of vehicle collisions to reduce the severity of car accidents. Considering this intentional design and how Kenny's car still managed to violently burst into flames, it's highly likely Kenny was driving at extreme speeds.
Where's 638 up?
Looks like I just got a...
Maybe get a straight out. Being around
Yeah, so the witness back there said he talked to him, said the dude was driving real fast.
That's what
Charger cut in front of him. He said that he dipped to the left to avoid the Charger and hit the barrier, so.
Both of these guys said he was hauling ass.
Alright, that tracks.
He's had prior injuries before with spine and like that big old bump. So I think, I don't know what it is, some kind of device. He says his spine's kind of messed up. Something like a little tiny just for...
Yeah.
But I don't even know if that would have, because that battery is on fire, so it's pretty hard sometimes to get those out.
For sure.
Another officer makes his way to the scene to help with blocking more lanes of traffic to protect vulnerable first responders and good Samaritans at the scene. At the time this officer arrives, fire and rescue have just also made their way there.
Oh wow. Driving all crazy. I guess I'm like hauling out for the injuries. I'm gonna get an action shot for him. Yeah, I guess he, to avoid hitting another car, went into the barrier at a high rate. No, he was flying, according to everybody. But a car, so to avoid, I don't know what lane, he freaking just being crazy. Yeah, didn't see the car. Sounds like a reckless to me. Yeah. Now there's cars everywhere. I'm like, it must be a multi-car. Then I'm like, oh shoot, it's on fire.
Since fire and rescue is now present, Joe and other medically inclined Good Samaritans take their leave. Without their help, Kenny would have likely burned alive while trapped inside the vehicle, as you're about to hear a surprising detail about him from one of the officers.
So it sounds like he had only hand controls and stuff like that. He had to have an automatic transmission, so he said previous spinal injuries. He might not have had use of his legs from the get-go. Because when they came back on restrictions, it said hand controls, automatic transmission.
He was high rate though, so.
Yeah, that's all 3 people said he was high rate. Instead of Charger changed lanes in front of him, he couldn't dodge it, so he hit the barrier instead.
I know, you got lucky. Yeah. Luckily you weren't. It's always scary, man. I know. What's the other vehicle? There's no other vehicles actually. There's cars everywhere. I thought it was multi-vehicle when I rolled up. Just see this guy on flames, cars all over. I was like, this is bad. Yeah, it's just one car. The Charger, yeah, didn't get hit, so I just kept going.
While he did suffer from serious injury, Kenny did survive the incident. He was cited for driving too fast for conditions and fined $196 for it. He is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. See how a squad car engulfed in flames is bizarrely connected to a cop and the sheriff's wife.
Rifle out.
We gotta get his rifle out.
Yeah, can we not get it out at all?
If the fire becomes worse with weaponry in the car, it can cause the rifle rounds to become hot enough to ignite.
Rifle. Thank you. Anything in the trunk? Get all this shit out of your trunk. Were you turning around and then somebody just hit you or what?
I was going through the intersection and I had green lights. This lady was taking a left.
Okay, let's just get all this shit out. Alright, let's get back. This is your hand.
I think.
Let's get back.
As far as I remember, I had a green light. Cleared the intersection, but this lady was coming up. She was about to take a left-hand turn. I tried to cut right. She tried to keep going, ran right into me, and I freaking T-boned her driver's side.
Initial reports indicate that the officer was involved in a car crash with a woman in an intersection. Thankfully, the officer only has one very minor injury. However, you'll soon see the woman involved in the crash doesn't share the same fate.
What?
Oh, my foot's scared.
Oh, well, you got... What do you mean not injured? What's the blood?
Oh.
Yeah, you cut it down there on the floorboard.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You got trauma shoes on you?
Yes, sir, I do.
We're gonna cut that. Is that okay? No?
No.
You like them jeans? I really need to look at it, see how bad it is. Can't tell. Hey, at least we got your rifle out.
Yeah. Man, I heard it.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna have you guys get off the roadway, okay? You guys are more than welcome to go over there and film if you want, but get off the roadway, please, okay?
Everybody's okay, right?
Yep, everybody's all right.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yep, nah problem. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hey, man, you might as well just turn around. We're gonna be here for a while, all right? Yeah.
I'm trying to, like, I live across the street, and I was here when it happened. I got out and made sure they was okay.
Did you see it all?
Yeah, I did.
You saw everything?
I seen everything.
Who had the green light?
They had the green light.
That way?
Yeah.
Which light was red?
This one right here.
The one you're looking at right there, straight ahead?
No.
That one was red?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We now learn that the officer is actually the one who had the red light, but he also had his lights and sirens on, in which the officers will soon reveal the reason why.
But you're right, like the sirens, there's no way to miss it. It's middle of the night, well, not middle of the night, but it's dark. So, I don't know.
You want to contact 21 and see if they
Huh?
Is he alright?
The officer? Yeah, he got a scrape or cut on his hand, but it's not close to the heart. So he'll be all right.
Want to be checked out?
I think they were up there bandaging his arm. Yeah, he's over there. Yeah, they're taking care of him. Yeah, he's good. I guess that's the sheriff's wife.
That's what I just heard.
Yeah, that's what I just heard. I think her name's Judy. Well, I was at 121st. I saw a motorcycle start popping a wheelie at the light. So I turned on my lights, flipped around on him. He took off, and the pursuit was on all the way up to Garden Walk Apartments. And then he comes out that he was in a collision. So I stopped the pursuit.
We would have dashcam of this pursuit to detail the initial chase and get a better idea of how the crash occurred, but the fire completely fried the dashcam recording.
Now I turned around and came back. But he was coming to assist me. He was lights and sirens through here.
The reason why the officer's lights and sirens were on was because he and another officer were involved in a high-speed pursuit of a motorcyclist who was illegally doing wheelies on the road. This eventually led to the location of the woman, who has now been identified as the sheriff's wife, coincidentally.
What did you see?
So I'm sitting here in the left-hand turn lane.
Okay.
Hit lights and sirens a decent ways back. It started running priority through the intersection. Blew right through it. She was making a left-hand turn out of the left-hand turn lane. Smack.
Okay. Did he have the red light, I guess? Is that what you're saying?
As far as I'm aware. I know, I honestly couldn't tell you. I know I had a red light, but I wasn't paying attention to these.
Right. He said he was at the light here. He had a red light. He didn't know if this was red or green or what, but he said he saw him hit lights and sirens back here. He said he went through, but he didn't clear the intersection. That could mean anything, but we'll have to get video from McDonald's.
Which way?
He was sitting here in the turn lane.
And he had a red light? But
He had a red light.
He
He doesn't, correct.
Did we get the motorcycle? No, we all turned around as soon as the ref went out.
How was that?
While the unidentified motorcyclist unfortunately got away, he or she was the main reason this crash occurred. While the sheriff's wife did seemingly get a nasty cut on her ankle, she presumably was not in any critical condition, fortunately. We exclusively obtained this never-before-seen video from Kuwaita Police Department. The department's support staff that released the video had their email address across the center of the video. To protect that staff member from abuse, we've blurred their email address.